Okay, so you got to watch this real quick because I want to talk about Old Man Street.
Oh, great.
You don't have to have the volume because Bailey barks the whole time.
You smashed him in the face.
Darn right.
That's not right, Dad. That's
yeah,
not right.
it is. Oh, yeah, it is. He thought he was going to get the better of Daddy. And that old man string came through.
Wow. Is this tickle fight? Or is this an attempt to tickle? What's the ultimate?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Are you biting his neck?
No. He like you get in there and you start going rah, 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 like that, like it just drives him crazy.
Jeff.
Okay, so we'll talk about that.
Okay.
At some point.
Oh, I think we should lead with
You
it.
want to leave with that? Okay.
Because I've been running this whole time.
You've already been rolling?
Well, yeah, I gotta get my reaction from your video on it, showing off your old man strength.
So I guess we're already doing this.
Yeah, we already started. Yeah.
Okay. Well, okay. First of all, you have to admit, I have old man strength.
You do. Can we share some of this? Can we share some of the footage?
Yeah, I'm okay sharing the footage.
Oh,
you don't want to hear the audio.
Is your kid okay with the sharing the footage?
Yeah.
Because he kind of lost.
The audio, I mean, if you want to, I guess you could use, but it's just Bailey barking. I mean,
Okay.
It really is.
So explain to everybody what
So
happened.
my youngest son, and by the way, he's a big man. Okay. He came over. He and his fiance were over, and we were having dinner, or whatever. And I'm laying on the couch watching television. And anyway, he got the bright idea that he thought he was stronger than me, and he was going to prove it. And he jumped on top of me, and then I let my old man strength out.
in a very ferocious tickle fight.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. And as you heard, Rachel going, "What are you doing, biting his neck?" No, there's a certain spot where he's real ticklish.
And you bark in it? I won't ask too many questions, but you were saying you go, and it cracks him up, or
okay,
it gets it.
I was just, you just have to move your mouth around. I mean, that's all you have to do. But I mean, come on, you don't just do that. You just,
I mean, it is your kiddo. It makes it just reminds me of what I used to do with my niece. So you,
this isn't really
up.
going the way I wanted this to go.
Hey,
you
won. You won fair and
thank
square.
you.
We got
That's
the footage to prove
thank
it.
you.
Okay.
That's where I wanted it to go.
Do you feel better?
Yes, I do feel better.
What's the deal with old man strength though? Because I know you're not working out. No offense, but I know you don't.
Okay, I don't. I just think it's a real thing. I remember when my dad had it. So I remember when I really was in the best shape, and we would be doing stuff, and he'd like almost move an entire shed by himself, and I'm like, how is that even possible? And it's just crazy old man strength. Are you Googling it right now?
Yes.
I think it really is a thing. There's just this thing about old man strength. And my boys have always been blown away by, yes, I haven't been working out, but dude, he's got old man strength.
Okay, well, here you go. Google has an answer for you. It's the surprising physical strength sometimes displayed by older men, often attributed to years of accumulated physical labor, refined technique, and a deep understanding of how to efficiently
That's what I'm
use
talking
their
about.
bodies.
I'm refined, I'm athletic, and I know technique.
It's a combination of muscle memory, experience, and efficient movement patterns developed.
Yeah, old man strength. It exists. I'm telling you. I guarantee you, your dad has old man strength.
Probably so. But if you have it, how do you explain all of your injuries? Shouldn't your muscle memory or experience or efficient movement patterns snapped into play on that shoulder or the knee? Or
Okay, I want to move on to the next topic now. I don't like this. This is so not going the way I wanted it to go. I mean, really, it's not.
I don't think we came to a scientific conclusion, but all the scientists that are listening to us, can tell us what the deal is with old man strength.
Wow.
Congrats on your victory, though.
I want to find out, too, if I'm late to the party on something, okay? Because I thought this was just one of the coolest things ever. So we had to buy some new pillows from Sleep Number. Mine's a 35, by the way.
Yes, we know.
And I paid for it over the phone. But instead of telling the customer service rep my number like you usually do, they said, wait 1 second. And then they said, okay, can you hear me? Yes, I can hear you. Type in your card number. They are not allowed to take your number or see it.
Okay.
And this is on the phone. This isn't like you're on your computer where they can take over,
right.
This is on my phone. And I typed it in. I typed all the information in that they needed. and then it took it. It was done. I just thought it was the coolest. And am I late to the party? Have you heard of this? This is genius.
No. That is pretty smart. I haven't had to call customer service about anything in a while. So, but I mean, it makes sense. Why would a human need to take that? That is, the phone can receive numbers very easily.
Yes.
And then it just, that's really smart because then it fixes all of that. Wait, was it this? Let me repeat it back to you. Like, it just saves all. Yeah, that's pretty smart.
But there was the one part of me that after I was like blown away how cool it was, it's also a little creepy that they can then get access from or to my phone because I'm typing. I mean, do you see where I'm going with this? It's like, okay, maybe Big Brother really does have my phone.
Well, I mean, they definitely do. That's a thinker, Jeff.
I don't know, but I thought it was so cool.
I did have a weird customer service experience when I said I hadn't called lately. I actually had, because I was trying to Venmo somebody money, and it said that I needed to reconnect my account, and then it was sending me, it sends you to connect to your bank's webpage or whatever to log in, but it was sending me to like the business side of it, but it's a personal account, and it wasn't giving me any other options, and I don't have a login for the business side of it. Anyways, I called what I thought was my bank. I don't know. I called them, and we went through a lot of information. I gave them a lot of information about me. So security, like all the things. And then he says, which bank are you calling about? And I was like, what bank am I talking to? Is this not my bank? And I said the name of it. And he was like, oh yeah, no, this is your bank. And then about 30 seconds later, he was like, and what bank was that? I was like, what? So I just hung up. Because I was like, what is even happening? I've given them so much information. I don't want to give them like an accidental approval on something. And he just ran through, like, I know you call in about certain things and they offer you free stuff or whatever. But this was a long rant about something. I was like, I'm not calling in for an offer. I don't want anything. I need to see why this isn't working. It was very sus. Everything about it was sus. So I called like a local number for my bank. That phone call took about 1 minute once I had the rep on the phone of how to fix that problem. Not once did they ask me, what bank are you calling? I had no idea. So that
would have freaked, especially.
It really freaked me out.
The first time would have freaked me out, but the second time I would have been like you. I'd have been like, no, I'm gone.
I was like, what? I think I said, what bank is this? And then I just hung up because I was like, oh no, what have I done?
Right.
So I went and Googled the number, and it did say that it was for my bank. I'm sure it was a call center somewhere that probably handles a lot of different online issues for various banks. Probably. But I didn't like that one bit.
Yeah, that's major red flags.
You had a much better experience.
Yeah, mine was kind of cool, actually.
That was very nerve-wracking.
Hey, I got to give you an update too, because remember I kept giving my next door neighbor a hard time with the inflatable Santa, and that was all they did for Christmas.
Yeah, it was inflated uninflated the whole time, just a little limp Santa laying in the yard.
Right. Well, no, it was inflated. It was just laying in the yard. Okay. Now it's still in the yard, but it's deflated.
Okay, well, that's taking it down, Jeff, right? If you unplug it, it is basically not there anymore.
I just thought it was funny. It's like, this is the easiest decoration ever. You just plug it in when you're ready to go. You unplug it when you're ready to not, off
just
season.
Like that. It's like Christmas lights. My question is, do you think they're going to move it when it becomes mowing season? Do you think that will be the final straw, or they're just going to run over that baby?
I hope if they run over Santa, oh my gosh, the humanity. Come on.
It'd just be cruel.
It's just laying there.
I did give you some flack about you giving them crap about it over the holidays because, wind will knock it down. But the fact that it is now, we're recording this on February 12th.
Yes.
No more excuses.
No more. And it's deflated, but it's still face down.
Wow. Jeff, did you have more? Sorry, I
only have one more.
Okay. I was going to say you've done a really good job prepping for this show.
I told you I would do a better job moving forward.
Okay.
This one struck me as funny, and I wanted us to kind of try to recreate it the best we could because it actually took place here in the studio. Dave McKay came in and was telling us about a coworker of ours that got caught on the Thunder Kiss Cam with his sister.
Right.
And we started kind of laughing about how getting caught on the kiss cam not with somebody that you'd want to kiss. Yeah, not your
spouse or whatever.
And then we asked you the question, okay, it's a first date and you're on the kiss cam, and you started talking about, well, where are the seats?
Oh, yeah, I remember. Yeah, I mean, if we're low enough to be on kiss cam level, because you don't get that in the 300s. They don't care about you kissing up there.
Right.
Yeah, I'll give you a kiss on a first date. You got me kiss cam level tickets.
So what if the guy gets you courtside?
Well, that's another. Just saying.
Does that become not a kiss on the cheek, but a kiss on the mouth?
You and Dave have really ran with this concept. Even when I was walking through the hallway yesterday, he was like, "Hey, I know a guy who's got some floor seats. Look, what he wants to know what he can get for some floor seats." guys are jerks.
You're like, hey, if you get me on the floor, it'll be a kiss on the mouth. And if you buy dinner, well, we can negotiate.
So what would your strategy be if, let's say you and I are
my
at
gosh.
a game together? We're not going to kiss each other, but what do you do if they put you on the kiss cam?
Honestly, I thought about this when you and Dave were talking about the whole, what level is depending on what kiss you get. I'd probably grab your hand and kiss your hand so that it's definitely, okay, it's kiss cam. I get the deal here. Now you get the deal that we're not a couple. Does that make sense?
Hopefully you get that message. It should be enough to at least get the camera off you, because if you don't do anything, they just keep going back to you. You got to do something.
Well, and it's because 99% of the time they're thinking, oh, we've got somebody cheating. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah. It becomes a bigger deal to the crowd the longer it goes.
Oh, what's going on there?
So I always like the kiss my beer move.
Oh, that's a good one.
Everybody turns to the side, kisses the beer. I think that's maybe what I would go with. Maybe a kiss on the cheek if it was, somebody that I'm just friends with that also wasn't in a relationship. We just weren't in a relationship with each other. Might do a cheek kiss. Otherwise, I think the beer is a solid choice. Either taking a sip of the beer, kissing the side of the beer, something like that.
Or maybe even just making a cheers with a beer and both taking a drink at the same time. I mean, something that
you got to put on a show, though. That's the key.
Right.
Otherwise, the camera operator is going to come right back.
Yeah, because they're going to be like, what's going on there?
So is that just the PSA if anybody wants to get me Thunder tickets?
Maybe. And if you get 4 tickets and you're a guy,
just know you get better perks when you get out of the 300s. Go lower than that.
And by the way, if you have to take her to dinner, it doesn't have to be expenses, as we found out.
That's true.
She's a Subway fan.
Yeah, Valentine's Day, BOGO deals. I'm a cheap date. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You did a good job prepping. I did not.
Oh.
The only thing that I wrote down is I need a question. I have a question I need answered because it's driving me nuts. How do you lose clothes when you live alone?
You are losing clothes?
How do I keep having a hard time finding pants? Like, okay, it's one thing to lose a sock or two here and there, but like, how do you lose your pants?
You lost some pants?
I did find one pair of them.
Wait, you've lost multiple pairs of pants?
This is a recurring problem where yesterday I finally got so irritated with myself. I was like, how does this keep happening? I don't take my pants off in weird places. Just to be clear, I'm not in a relationship. My pants stay in my home. I don't change at the gym. The gym's right by my house. I just come home and change. I wear my clothes to it. There's no pants coming off in any random spot.
Now, wait a minute. You said you carry extra sets of clothes in the car. Are they in the car?
They're not in the car. No, because they stay on my body until I get home, and then I take them. I'm just stashing them. Okay, the ones that I found, this isn't going to make me sound any better. I had them hanging on the back of a chair in the kitchen because I had washed them and they were drying. So the fact that I just forgot that they were in there doesn't bode well for me. So I'm pretty sure those other ones are possibly right in front of my face. And I've gone through all my drawers like 3 times. I've gone through all of the where else would you put pants?
Well,
I mean, there's only a handful of places you put your pants.
I honestly can't tell you the answer to this because I'm like, how do you lose a pair of pants?
Drawer, closet, laundry, maybe car. Which I checked, I didn't take. I don't know, Jeff. I don't know. And they came home from vacation because I've seen them since then. I have worn them since then.
And they're not in the laundry room anywhere?
No, I checked like around the washer, behind that. Nope, I can't. I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know where I found my pants.
I know you said you need answers, but I cannot give you any to this.
I think I'm the only one that can answer this, and it's a mystery even to me. So that's all I prepped for is I can't find my pants.
I'm just curious too. So in the comment section, folks, if any of you have this pant issue like Rachel,
is it just me?
I would like to find out if it's just Rachel or if this is a thing. Like
sometimes when your house is a little cluttery, things can blend in. It's not the house is picked up and everything, still can't find my pants. It's not a small item either. Wow. We'll continue the pants saga.
You know what? We played that drop of you saying, I got to be honest, it's really weird talking without my pants on.
We're on the way.
That's only you. Only you.
Pants. I don't know how you lose pants. Okay. We're ready. Are you ready for a Tell Me More card?
Yeah, give me a Tell Me More.
Okay. Who goes first?
I think I went first last time.
Okay.
I think. Don't hold me to that.
Okay. Well, you're looking at that confused.
Well, because it's also a lengthy one. Okay. You're going to go first this time.
Oh, great. I'm going first this time.
Yeah.
Okay. What life situation has contributed to your strength or resilience? What life situation has contributed to your strength or resilience?
It's not going to be an exciting answer, but I always attribute it to this. Football, sports.
Yeah.
And that's what I try to tell people. I don't care what the sport is, but especially if it's a team sport, it teaches you so much about life because you have to deal with the person that you don't really care that much about, but yet you got to work with them to make a teamwork,
Yes. Good life lessons.
Yeah. I mean, just all the way through. I mean, there's just so many things that on a team you experience, especially at the young, formidable ages.
Yeah.
That once you get older, you're like, oh my gosh, this is just like, for me, this is just like Little League football all over again. That situation reminds me of, Jeff Kaiser or something like that.
It's good. I think it's important for all kids to do something that's great. Even if you're not a sports person. I wasn't a sports person. It just teach really good life skills.
So what's your answer to that? Remember we said that we won't pass.
I know. I'm thinking strength or resilience. I guess I consider that resilient. I was going to say losing people young.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
It's a rough one to take, but it puts a lot of things into perspective. Cause life goes on whether they're here or not, even if it stops for you for a while, that seems to change things. It reminds you to not sweat all the small stuff. The little stuff is probably not that big of a deal, and we just hang on to it.
Rachel, that's really good. That is really deep too. I mean, that's really good.
Is that strength and resilience? I think it is in a way.
Yeah, it is.
Just you learn how to be what really matters, I think, and that will give you some resilience in life to not get so caught up in the smaller stuff.
That is awesome. Okay, here's this one. If you didn't worry about the consequences or what other people thought, what's something you would love to do?
That was a really good question.
Yeah.
You've had longer to think about this. Did you come up with one?
Not yet. So I'm going to let you answer this one first.
Read it one more time for me.
Okay. If you didn't worry about the consequences or what other people thought, what is something you would love to do? I don't know. For me, the consequences probably are more concerning than what people thought.
Yeah,
But I mean, I will tell you something I did do that I didn't think about any of that until I was in the air and then thought that wasn't very smart. Ultralights. We years ago did a story for wearing this, actually for Discover Oklahoma. And it basically is a trike with a weed eater motor that powers I'm not making this up, the propeller. And we were 1,000 feet up in the air. And my cameraman, because I had a walkie-talkie, goes, yeah, just think a weed eater motor is what's powering that. And I'm like,
that you didn't need to say that.
The consequences here are I'm dead. I mean, I was never so grateful to land.
But you wouldn't do it again.
I might, though, because it was kind of fun.
Really?
Oh, it was kind of fun.
Wow. I'm going to pass on that. I don't want to do that. That sounds horrifying.
Well, okay. What is your thing you'd love to do that you're not going to let consequences or people?
I would probably do music again. I'd probably sing again. There's no consequences.
No,
to
but
that.
I understand the whole people thought.
People thought, yeah.
I think that's what keeps, because I've told you 100 times over, I think you've got a great voice and you're like, whatever.
Yeah. Well, I used to sing back when I was growing up, and I think I just got a complex. The people around me were really good, like really good. Like I was surrounded by some ridiculously outstanding people at a young age. And I think that just put me, and then it became a thing like people are like, oh, I heard you sing. And they know I'm around these people. So in my head, it created like a certain expectation. And then I just shut it down and I stopped singing because I was like, well, everybody thinks I know how to sing now. Before, when it's just like, oh, when you see somebody at karaoke and they're like, hey, they're actually pretty good, because you're at a karaoke, you expect everybody to suck. Once people start expecting you to be good, then you're like, oh, maybe not so much.
I just am dying because you're like, well, if they expect me to suck, I'm fine.
Yeah. So I do think it is the people thing that hangs me up on it. But I guess I don't really care. I don't want people to be like, ow, my ears. I don't want to subject them to something that's awful. But I don't think I'm that bad. Just objectively, I think people would be like, even the worst, I think they'd be like, she's just like an average.
And it's funny, too, that you brought singing up, because, I mean, sometimes, and I think we're all guilty of this, I feel like, man, I sing that song really, really well. and then you're like
Oh.
really confident, and then you hear it and you're like, oh, that is so bad.
I've had a lot of those experiences. Yeah, because when I went to college, I did studio recording too, which meant that I was dealing with my own voice because I had to layer and do different things, and I didn't have an instrument, so it was just a bunch of me singing different layers. Yeah, that'll hit you with reality real quick. But that's what auto-tune's for, Chuck. And that's why we did studio production. I can fix that in post.
Everybody sounds good with auto-tune. I mean,
That
we
is
know
correct.
that. I mean, come on.
So wait, can I hook up to auto-tune? I might do that. I should sing.
You-
Now, when I
you
say this
should.
out loud, that's a stupid reason to not do it.
Well, the
But
fact
what
that
other
your
people
Cher
think, and it's such a low bar.
your Cher impression is so spot on. I mean, it's like, come on. Obviously, your voice would be good.
Maybe that's where I should start. Just like a low stakes. Let's do a karaoke night. Rachel will do her Cher impression.
Yes.
Bring down the house.
Oh, dude, you would.
And then I had to go costume. I'd have to go full Cher.
You'd have to. You'd have to go costume and everything.
Here's Cher.
Do you believe in life after love?
Do you believe in life after love? Okay, maybe that'll be my
I'm
introduction.
still trying to think if
That
there's
makes
something I
me
would really love to
uncomfortable.
do that the way people think. I don't know.
Or is there something that you'd like to do, but there's a financial consequence to it, so you wouldn't do that because you couldn't
Oh.
afford it, or it would tank you if you did this thing?
Okay, now that right there, because I have told you a couple different times when you brought that up with the financial part. I would love to be able to afford a private jet for one time
Yeah.
to fly wherever, and probably where I would like to go is Fiji and stay in one of those amazing bungalows or whatever.
Oh,
over
yeah, the ones
water.
with the glass
Yes.
floors where you can just look out at the water.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
But there's no way I'll ever be able to afford that. And if I even tried that, the consequence would be bankruptcy. So if that would be an answer to this. If there was no consequences,
No
and I
consequence.
don't care what people think because they'd be like, "Oh, you're just."
it's
yeah,
just
right.
going
You're-
on another
yeah,
trip.
exactly.
Oh, in his private plane.
I would. Yeah.
By the
that-
way,
that
that'd
would
be
so
me,
cool. That'd
unless
be
you
so
got
cool.
room on the plane. That's my impression
You'd
of
miss the
myself.
plane.
Oh, it's just. Oh yeah. Oh no. We circled
So, yeah,
back
you know what?
around.
I was going to say, you know what?
Dang it.
I'm going to invite you on any plane trip I'm going on because I know I'm not going to have to worry about paying for your seat.
I will be so mad if you don't give me 5 more minutes. You know I'm running late. I'm gonna be there in just a minute.
I'm going to teach you to get on time one way or another.
This is Jeff's plane. It leaves 15 minutes early.
He's on time. We just bored 15
Oh,
minutes
that's
early.
it. That's it. So you're ready to leave right
That's right.
at the time.
That's right.
No, I'm never going to make this flight to Fiji. And I can't drive there either.
And you kind of hate me right now because I brought it full circle, didn't I?
I'm screwed. Yeah. I'm never escaping this, am I?
No, you're not.